Shri N.K. Premchandran ji, please.
Thank you very much, Sri Chairman, sir. It is very interesting to hear the introductory remarks of Honorable Minister. Sir, whenever there is a serious concern and very serious matter to be discussed, if anybody has no just logical reply to that issue, the strategy to be followed is take it in a very lighter way. By smiling, he is introducing the bill. Sir, he is substantiating the arguments advanced by the opposition members from the opposition regarding the promulgation of the ordinance. When he is objecting to the statutory resolution, the Honorable Ministry has said nothing about to justify the promulgation of the ordinance. That means the position taken by the opposition has been ratified by the government also, since there is no reply from the part of the Honorable Minister, and it cannot be taken in a lighter way. It is a very serious matter of concern regarding the independence of the Enforcement Directorate as well as the CBI, the prime or the premier investigation agencies of our country. Sir, I am moving the statutory resolution to disapprove the ordinance. Why? Because so many times I myself have stated in this August House regarding Article 123, I am not going to repeat it because so many times on record it is there. Article 123 envisaged that an ordinance can be promulgated by His Excellency the President of India only on extraordinary circumstances or compelling circumstances. It is a separate legislation, it is an independent legislation by the executive. So only during extraordinary circumstances and compelling circumstances, and when the session is not there, then only His Excellency the President is empowered to promulgate an ordinance under Article 123. Sir, here the Central Vigilance Commission Ordinance, Amendment Ordinance number 9 of 2021, whether it will attract Article 123, that is the first point to be agitated and to be discussed. So regarding this issue, the Honorable Supreme Court in several cases repeatedly said that the Constitution does not permit the President or the Governor as a parallel lawmaking authority independent of the legislature. Now the Governor or the President, in this case the President, is becoming a lawmaking authority. If it is in the extraordinary circumstances and compelling circumstances, if there is any necessity or exigency, definitely we will concede and we will accept. Yes, the Constitution is empowering the President to promulgate ordinance. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister, please tell the House what is the exigency, what is the urgency, what is the extraordinary circumstances prevailing to promulgate this ordinance so as to extend the tenure of a particular individual officer. You please explain the House. We will fully support you. There is no logical explanation. That is why, with a beautiful smiling in a very lighter way, our learned friend, Honorable Minister.
Times you said, with smile he is doing, should you do with weeping? तो रोते रहते रखा ना क्या?
Smile is always good.
गुस्सा भी नहीं किया, गुस्सा भी नहीं किया.
Opposition benches, smile is always good.
No, this smiling is not seen in his face in other items. Here he is smiling only because by doing this smile he wants to get it passed. Because it is very difficult to get it passed. Such a bill.
नजरिया देखने का, जिसका देखने का नजरिया
नहीं हंसते हंसते काम करना है ना. अगर आपका नहीं सुनो हमारा डिफरेंस है तो भी हंसते हंसते करेंगे ना.
Please, Mr. Premchandran. Thank you. Thank your comments on smile. Let me broad smile rather. Please.
हंसते हंसते काम करना बहुत बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन सभी समय होना चाहिए. ये इसी समय में वो कर रहा है कि बात है कि it's a very serious matter. The government has no answer. There is no logical explanation regarding the promulgation of the ordinance. So, sir, my point is, this ordinance number 9 of 2021 will never attract Article 123. Therefore, this motion has to be, or the resolution has to be accepted. Sir, the Central Vigilance Commission Amendment Ordinance was promulgated on November 14, 2021. That is ordinance number 9 of 2021. What is the intent of the ordinance? The Honorable Minister has just now spoke that, yes, they are fixing the tenure of 5 years. Sir, can the minister say to this house that this will be applicable to all? Sir, the point of difference is now you are extending the period from 2 years to 5 years. Yes, we can very well explore it is limiting to 5 years, but it is selective. Because every year after 2 years, it will be subject to the whim and fancy of the government. So that means the entire authority will be cast upon the government so that if you are interested in a particular officer, definitely he can be extended. So you are making in a wider interpretation, and see the dates, I am coming to the dates. November 14 is the date of promulgation. And see, to extend the tenure of a director of enforcement up to a maximum period of 5 years. That is the total intent of the bill. Honorable Minister may not disagree with me. Sir, what is the urgency and exigency in promulgating this November 14? Because the present executive director Sanjay Kumar Mishra retires on 19th November 2021. 3 days preceding to the date of promulgation, 3 days preceding to the retirement of this particular officer, an ordinance has been promulgated. This has never seen in the legislative history of Indian Parliament. Just for a particular officer, you are promulgating an ordinance. Just 3 days there is to retire this officer. And see, so let us please explain the justification, the promulgation of the ordinance. Sir, my point is, government is undermining the legislative authority of the Parliament. The Parliament is being taken for granted. You can bulldoze, or you can pass, or you can introduce, or you can promulgate any ordinance, any legislation for the sake and whim and fancy of the government. That is not fair on the part of the government. So the legislative supremacy of the Parliament is challenged by the government just to satisfy the narrow political ends. So is this an ordinary substance of, what is the extraordinary circumstances prevailing in issuing the ordinance? Again and again, I am putting that question. So sir, this is a clear case of misuse of Article 123 by this government that can never be justified. Sir, further it may also say, when you have said that just for extension, you have already extended for 1 year. Even before the promulgation of the ordinance, S.K. Mishra's tenure was extended for 1 year. The matter went to the Supreme Court. What the Supreme Court has said? Supreme Court, first part of the observation of the Supreme Court is in favor of the government. I do agree. The Supreme Court had declined to interfere with the government decision to extend the tenure for 1 more year. Yes, government position is ratified by the Supreme Court. But subsequently, the Supreme Court has observed the bench comprising of B.R. Gavai and L. Nageswar Rao held that, I quote, extension of tenure granting to officers who have attained the age of superannuation should be done only in rare and exceptional cases, unquote. You may argue that rare and exceptional cases. And further, the Supreme Court has observed the extension of S.K. Mishra shall not be extended. Shall not be.
353, sir. No allegation of a defamatory or incriminatory nature shall be made by a member against any person. Any person. S.K. Mishra is not here, sir. आप जो है पोस्ट डायरेक्टर को आप कह सकते हो, ईडी डायरेक्टर का नाम, उनका नाम बार बार लेना ये कहीं से उचित नहीं है सर.
डिफेमेटरी तो नहीं किया. ओके.
पर्सन इज नॉट हियर सर.
करेक्ट, दैट्स व्हाट ही इज मेकिंग.
आप उनका नाम लेके नहीं कर सकते हो सर. ये 353.
ठीक है, देख लो, मैं व्यवस्था दे दूंगा. बैठिए.
इन दैट जजमेंट, उस जजमेंट में कहीं एसके मिश्रा का नाम नहीं है.
नाम का उल्लेख मत कीजिए प्लीज. यू ऑल नो दिस थिंग प्लीज.
No.
जी.
I can't understand Nishikant Dubey ji, because I have not made any allegation about the concerned officer. Even I need not, if the chair desires or if the chair directs, I will not use the name also. There is no problem. But I have not made any allegation against the particular officer unnecessarily Nitish Kumar, Dubey ji is making an allegation against him. From my tongue, it has not come. So, sir, further the Supreme Court has said, I quote, any extension of tenure granted to persons holding the post of enforcement director after attaining the age of superannuation should be for a short period, unquote. Sir, this is the observation of the Supreme Court. And it has now become very clear that the intent of the ordinance is to invalidate the directive of the Supreme Court. That too for a particular officer, it is absolutely the abuse of the constitutional power envisaged in Article 123 of the Constitution. So invalidate the directive of the Supreme Court so as to protect the political interest or so as to protect the interest of a particular individual, that can never be justified, for which the Parliament cannot be taken for granted. So we fully oppose, strongly oppose this ordinance route of legislation. Sir, second point. Sir, why don't the government wait for the winter session? Why the government didn't wait for the winter session? I am not making any allegation, dear Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi ji. Normally the Parliament begins, it will be summoned either in the second week of November or in the third week of November. Sir, this time the Parliament is summoned by the President of India on 29th of November. Sir, what is the significance of 29th of November? And the information which we gathered from the lobby, from almost, because the Parliament will be going to begin on 20.
Many a times, even first week of the December, Parliament winter session has started. You may kindly go through the records. Right now, since he has raised the issue, I don't have the records. But many a times, in the first week of December also, winter session has started.
See,
According to my experience,
Okay,
30 years, my experience,
Mr.
there was
Prem Chandra, continue,
no
please.
session in December.
Okay.
I am not telling that regularly it has happened. Many a times it has happened.
The month of December never happened.
Chali.
First week of also, you yourself, you have done it.
For second week,
Mr. Prem Chandra, you
yes,
just continue.
sir, I'm not
And
sure about
conclude
it.
also. Please
I'm not
conclude
sure,
also.
but to my experience, the Parliament winter session has never laid this much of time. Maybe subject to correction, we will agree. My point is, November 17, the ordinance is issued. How can you summon the Parliament on 21? The definite question, specific question will definitely come. Because 17 you are promulgating ordinance for what purpose? In order to extend the tenure of a particular officer, that will hold very bad in the public domain. I am not making that is why it is delayed, but there is a doubt is there. As far as people are concerned, there is a doubt is there. Sir, regarding this issue also, both CBI and the Enforcement Director were established on the recommendations of Sanathan Committee, and CVC is also on the basis of this committee's report. And you see, in 1997, in Vineet Narayan versus Union of India, Supreme Court directed the Central Vigilance Commission to take the responsibility of exercising superintendence over the functioning of CBI. Subsequent to it, CBI is given the statutory status by the Central Vigilance Commission. Sir, Act of 2003. Act of 2003, there is Central Vigilance Commission Act of 2003. The constitution of CVC is to conduct inquiries into the offences alleged to have been committed under Prevention of Corruption Act 88 by certain categories of public servants and officers who are coming under the central government, or by the corporations or the cooperative societies or trusts which are owned and controlled by the government of India, central government. Sir, please. The mover of the resolution is entitled to have 15 minutes according to Rule 178.
already.
Please. Sir, and also these are two bills are together. Okay. Four items are together we are discussing. Sir, by virtue of the ordinance, section 25 of the CVC Act is amended that a director of enforcement shall continue to hold office for a period of 5 years, including the initial appointment in public interest on the recommendation of a committee chaired by the CVC. This is the new amendment in the ordinance. See, my point is, what is public interest, sir? Sir, public interest has a wider meaning and it can be interpreted in any way so as to give an extension. Therefore, my another point is the term public interest has to be amended. It should be redrafted. This is the second submission. Sir, coming to the statement and objects of the bill, I have read And also I have made this observation at the time of opposing the introduction of the bill. The Honorable Ministers also now spoke about this UN Convention and intergovernmental organizations and all this. Sir, the statement of objects and reasons of the bill does not correlate with the contents of the bill. That is a technical objection which I am raising. So the fourth point is, there is no problem, I do agree, there is no problem in prescribing 5 years tenure for Enforcement Directorate and CBI. If it is made in such a way, it will be applicable to all. Now the minister, you are arguing that it is limited, 5 years it is limited. Formerly it was not less than 2 years. It can be extended, extended. Now you are limiting to 5 years. Make the tenure 2 years to 5 years. Yes. Make it as fixity of tenure. So all the officers will be getting 5 years of tenure. As per the new amendment, only those officers who are in or in which you are interested will be getting extension. Yes. That is the point. Arbitrary. Yes, you are arbitrarily and without having any guidelines, and to a committee will be, who are the members of the committee? I have no time to explain all these things. It is absolutely a bureaucratic executive committee acting on the whim and fancy of the political executive of the government. Definitely the political executive will decide who is to be given extension, who shall not be. Yes, sir. Sir, will not be. Sir, by virtue of this amendment, I will conclude. By virtue of this amendment, each year extension after 2-year term will be according to the whim and fancy. That means political class and that too selective. This is also to be amendment. So amended, this is against the Supreme Court directive. It is challenging the extension of this concerned officer. Sir, the Supreme Court had declared, and the last point which I would like to make is regarding, sir, there is a National Police Commission is there. Sir, National Police Commission has also laid down the guidelines and principles in which it is specifically stated that officers and the hierarchy, the highest officers of these investigating agencies shall not be, their tenure shall not be extended. It should be confined to 2 years. That was been upheld by the Supreme Court also. The National Police Commission recommendations, since there is no time, I am not going to read all those things. But that again, here it is also being violated. So, sir, when there is no problem, so the last part of my speech is regarding this National Police Commission recommendations, in which also the government cannot justify the extension of this tenure. Therefore, I strongly oppose this ordinance number 9/, sir, 9/91, and also fixing of the tenure, that may be this 2 years may be amended to 5 years. That may be made applicable to all. Then definitely we will also support you, because the discretionary powers of the government will be lost if it is being given to all the officers. That is not being done on the basis of all these reasons. And once again, I would like to say, by virtue of Article 123, this type of ordinance cannot be promulgated. This is taking away the right of the Parliament's supremacy in the legislative domain. That cannot be accepted. Hence, I strongly oppose the ordinance, also the bill, both bills, and move the statutory resolution. With these words, I conclude. Thank you very much, sir.
But please keep smiling.